Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Let me get adjusted here. Hey, for those of you that don't know, I'm Larry Jones. I just left church, and let me get this glare off me. And I just wanted to come to you guys like I normally do. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Stock Up with Larry Jones, and we are the family known as Stock Up. Go ahead and hit the like button right away. At the end of this, I'm going to give an inspirational, and I'm going to call that inspirational Kingmakers. But first, I'm going to give you a brief update on this Father's Day about the overall stock market. Now, I was in church, so I haven't even looked at crypto to see where it is right now, but we know that it is on a critical level of support where it could further break down. Now, there's two things that it's a total dichotomy when it comes to crypto. It could be on the support where Bitcoin could literally break down, and all crypto could, or this could be an established floor, right? No one knows. If you look at it technically, we could continue to fall. So I'm going to look at it right after I shoot this video. So if there's been any change in action in the last few hours, please forgive me. I haven't looked at it, okay? But I will. But let's talk about the overall stock market. First, we know that Monday, by now, you should know that Monday, tomorrow, is a holiday, and it's a federal holiday, so there will be no trading. All of the markets will be closed on tomorrow, so just be aware of that. These markets will be closed tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm getting a glare now. All right. And so these markets will be closed tomorrow, so there'll be no trading. Of course, crypto trades 24/7, 7 days a week. For those of you that don't know, I've been loading up on Mara and Riot, which are Bitcoin mining companies, rather than buying all of the other cryptos. Because of what's going on, most of my crypto is at Bitcoin now. It shifts. At first, it was Matic, and then when we first had to fall, I swung trade some ADA, got in, and then when it came up a bit, I sold it. So we're just going to keep an eye on crypto, but let's go back to the market. The market itself, we had all of this data that came by. We had CPI, Consumer Price Index, PPI, Producers Price Index. Before that, we had the jobs numbers, and then we just had the FOMC meeting. So we had all of that data. The Fed decided to pause for this month, and there's speculation that there may be 2 more hikes for the remainder of this year, all right, at 25 basis points. Right now, I believe that 50 and 75 are off the table. So maybe, the data dependent, there's a big maybe of 25 basis points 2 more times. Now, there are some Fed members that believe that the Fed should go up another 4 points. So you have some that are more hawkish and some are bullish, okay? But we have to see what's going on. The good thing is inflation data is showing that we are decreasing. The rate of inflation is decreasing. Inflation is still high, but the rate of inflation is decreasing all the way around. Now, you and I are paying more for goods and services. And the truth be told, and you guys know, some of the things that they raise the prices on are never going down. Some of your food items, they're not going back down. They know that this is what you could spend now, especially for products, things that you buy and consume at Home Depot. Some of those products are never going back down. I was in sales. I sold window siding, roofing, and it's called what the market will bear. If they can raise a price and people still buy it and it doesn't slow down the purchase of it, then they're going to keep those prices there. And so inflation is here to stay. But some areas of inflation have been coming down. The prices have been coming down. So it's not across the board. Now, what's the biggest thing on the table is the market too frothy? Is the market too expensive? Has the market ran up too fast, too high, too fast, right? I don't care who you are. There is this much of fear that the answer is yes, including me. So I'm trading cautiously. I am getting into some stock plays, running them up, and as you guys have seen, I've been doing a ton of option plays where I get in and I get out, and I trade those on a 48-hour window most of the times. There are some times where I get in for the day and get out, and so I'm trading cautiously. We're trading the market that we're in. We're not going to be overly bearish because AI has triggered this new bull run and the market continues to run up, and it is AI fueled. Look at the Magnificent Seven, the 7 stock that are holding the entire stock market up, all bullish on AI, right? And so that's what's propping the market up. But trees don't grow to the sky. Eventually they stop growing, right? And so I want you guys to be careful. If you are in a stock that has a ton of profit, AI, let's say NVIDIA, that's up, right? I'm up over 100% in my NVIDIA, and I have a lot of NVIDIA. Hey, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm looking at taking a little haircut on it right now, meaning I'm taking some profits. Now, if you think it's going to the sky and it does, so what? Hey, if it goes up another 100% and I take a haircut and take some profits, I'm still good with that. Take your emotions out of your trading and you will make more money. But the fear of things cooling off, the fear long term, meaning a year from now or into Q1 of next year, the fear is still there with an inverted yield curve for me personally. And so I choose to do what's best for me. You do what's best for you. You don't need permission to take profits. And you also don't need to have permission to continue to hold, right? But if you continue to hold, just think about this. Do the simple things. As the price go up, set the stop losses higher. Now, some people will set if you're up 30%, like NVIDIA, you're up 100%, right? Then what harm is it to set a stop loss at least 20%, right? So if your stop loss falls by 20%, it triggers and you're still in profit, see? But the higher it goes, the higher you need to increase your stop loss. Now, if you think the market is at the top, then why not 10%? Set your stop loss at 10%. As a matter of fact, not on options, but on the stock itself. To me, the best thing to do and what I've done is set a trailing stop loss. And right now on the ones that I think are extremely expensive, I set those at about 10%. That's what I do. You do what's best for you. There are some that I have at 20%. There's some that I have 15%. You have to make that decision yourself. Now, I can already see that this one is going to be a little longer because I have to go into my Sunday inspiration because this is Father's Day. And I want to say this. Fathers, we always get the short end of the stick. True, real fathers, we get the short end of the stick. We always, even when we go to churches, thank God it was an inspirational one at our church. We always get, oh, fathers should be doing this, fathers should be doing this. And it's always a rebuke when it comes to real fathers. But I want to encourage you guys that are fathers, whether you're a biological father or whether you're a stepdad. Yesterday, Nadia, remember my niece Nadia? Remember the page we launched in 2021, I believe? She got married yesterday. I believe her new husband's name is Sam. If I can find the picture, I'll show it. But her father, believe it or not, I've been knowing him just about all of my life. His name is Pastor Reed. And he's a good man. I've been knowing him and his whole lineage, his whole family. They are good people. Now, he chose to be a stepfather to her. Now, her dad died when she was very young, right? But now they are married, her mother and him. And he chose to be a good dad in his time, in his money, and his experiences that he shares with Nadia. And for a lot of you guys out there, you don't have biological kids. I don't have a son. I have 2 daughters, but I mentor and I'm a father to most. And right as I'm saying this, my son Keon is saying Happy Father's Day. Now, he's not my biological son, but I pour into him like a son. And that's why I wanted to talk about kingmakers. For those of you men, the Bible talks about kings being kings and priests of your house. So I say to you today that are taking the time, more important than money, time to be dads to your kids and your neighbors' kids and your nieces' kids and all of that. I say to you, long live the king, long live you. And I want you to consider being a king maker, meaning you make kings. It being Father's Day, I'm just going to speak to the men. You are a king, but you're also a king maker. God made you a king. He talks about it. You're kings and priests of your homes, but you are also king makers. And it doesn't matter if you don't have any biological children at all. It doesn't even matter if you're married or not. Mentor the kids that you are around. Mentor the young men that you are around. I mentor a lot of young men. Some don't have fathers that may have passed, or fathers just MIA, missing in action. But number one, I am a light in the way I live my life before them. Number two, I pour into them with good advice, maritally, financially, and even spiritually, for them to be kings, right? So I just want that to be the message today. I want you to know, fathers, that you are kings. And hey, you may be on rough times. Your bills may be overdue, but that doesn't make you less of a king. It just makes you a struggling king, right? But you have to understand your posture, and you have to understand who God made you. He made you kings, right? And priests, right? So that's what I want to challenge you guys today. Be kings, be priests of your house. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to you. And I know some of you don't have relationships with your kids or your fathers. For those of you that don't have a relationship with your kids, pick up the phone. Start today. You guys know I go over this every year. Start today. It doesn't matter what you got to go through. Yeah, but she's going to ask me for money. So I'm just telling you, I believe that I believe that if you start financially taking care of your kids, I believe this with my entire heart. I believe that the money that you give, God will replenish. That's what I believe. You believe what you want to. I believe that God will replenish it. And I believe that the more you take your rightful position as the king, even if your kids are living in another house, that not only will God replenish, but he'll cause you to hear something that will cause you to make more money. This is the way this thing works. And you can do better. Don't look at your bills when it comes to your kids. Look at your kids as a privilege to be a king. You can't be a king without a kingdom, all right? And your kingdom is your house, right? And so if your son lives with, someone else, or, has a stepdad, or living with, the mother, then you could still be a king by the time you spend with your prince, right? The time that you spend being a king maker, okay? And for those of you that are older like me, I spent time with my dad on yesterday. We just want to make our dads happy, right? And the way we make our fathers happy is to be a king, right? And we are kings, and we are princes, and we are priests, right? So I'm saying to you fathers on this Father's Day, long live the king. Happy Father's Day.